So, guys, this episode is our 100th episode.
Woohoo!
I meant to say that last week.
It's starting to make a lot more sense now.
Why I chose this for our 100th?
Why it specifically lines up with your birthday. Happy birthday, Joe, of course.
Birthday month. I got like a couple more weeks.
Wow, way to break the rules. All right. That's
bullshit. Yours was hold on.
No, it came out on my birthday.
It did.
Yep.
No, it did.
Yeah. It's not my fault we record months ahead. Allegedly.
Anyway.
Yeah, welcome, brothers, sisters, gender resistors. Welcome to our 100th. I wish I came up with more clever for extravaganza episode.
Sorry.
100 episodes in the bank of specifically rundown reviews?
Yes. Yeah. Because we're up to like 6 something on comic book rundown.
We watched 100 movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
That's actually more movies than I've watched in my entire life.
Technically,
I don't think that's accurate.
50 of them. Because you joined us late.
Yeah, but I don't really watch movies. So, like, I collectively have watched more movies in the 50, like, the past 50-something movies I've watched than I have, like, my entire life. Like, I would say I've watched up to the point that I joined the show, I hadn't watched 50 movies.
I don't know. I'd be surprised.
I think you'd be surprised how many movies you've actually watched. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, realistically speaking, up until about the year 2000, all I watched was Grease.
Would you count that every time you watch it as watching a movie? I count that.
No, it's one kill.
Would you count that as like when you realize you came out, or?
No, that was a long time ago. Or no, that wasn't that long. No, that's 2000. I didn't come out till like 4 years ago, realistically speaking. When I just kind of realized, like, oh, I like professional wrestling not for the storytelling. It's the big muscly guys touching each other in their underwear. That made a lot more sense to me. So
that also explains the high fives at the gym.
Yeah. I mean,
and the good games at the gym, which is weird.
Yeah, and you know,
and could you please grab my soap for me at the gym?
Yeah, shout out to my but so Joey decided to pick his birthday.
This birthday movie for my birthday month. Yes.
Right. By the way, welcome to Rundown Reviews, brought to you by the Comic Book Rundown. I, of course, am the guy who. Yeah, I'm here. I did it. I watched the movie.
Chuck.
I'm shocked. We watched Resident Evil.
Yep, from 2002.
That's Ron over there, and that's Joe over there.
Yeah, it throws you off when you're trying to point when you're down at the bottom, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's weird. A few things that I want to kind of like cover before we get into this. One,
don't hover. Sit it right down on my face.
Listen, I'll be totally honest with you. It is vinegary. It is vinegary down there right now. I have not showered yet, so I don't think you want that near you. I don't know if anybody else has vinegar crotch when it gets sweaty. Like, I know like Fromunda cheese is like a thing, but mine is like salt and vinegar chips.
Okay.
Anyways, you had something to say.
Anyway, one, like to know what the comic book is this is based off of.
The Resident Evil comic books.
Those were a real thing that they released?
Yeah,
there are Resident Evil comic books.
Okay.
This is based off the game.
Right.
Not really. I mean, it's based off of a loose representation of the idea of the game of...
So here's a fun little fact. Very beginning of the movie, like it actually says this is the account of the events leading to the Raccoon City incident. So
it doesn't make any sense.
This game is a prequel, or this movie is a prequel to the second movie, Resident Evil Apocalypse, which would be the first movie of the Raccoon City event.
No, see, you're also wrong. So the first game takes place in a mansion, but the mansion is also a secret lab. But the secret lab isn't 50 miles under the ground, controlled by a little robot girl. But anyways, I digress. We watched Resident Evil from 2002, which is in and of itself its own universe away from the games. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I still enjoy it.
Right? But like that's what they said. They said that the movies are not actually canon to the games.
They're
But
not.
it's a retelling of the story.
Yeah.
It's a very loose retelling of the story.
Yeah.
So I would argue that the second movie, Resident Evil Apocalypse, actually is a very close adaptation of the first three games combined.
Yeah, you'd still be wrong. But anyways, that's fine.
Whatever.
Have you played the games? Have you played them?
Yes, I've played the games.
Do you remember anything about them?
No, I don't remember anything about them.
All right. Then, yeah, I remember. Okay. And they have nothing to do with what happens other than
Nemesis
names.
is in it.
Sure.
That's what I
Raccoon
was gonna
City's
say, like they took elements from the game, right? Like there's
absolutely. Yeah. There are things from games like the big bad, and this looks like a liquor. And
right.
I mean, it looks like a liquor. I wouldn't say it is a liquor, but
before it mutates, it's a liquor.
Okay, there you go. Before it mutates.
Now, and it looks like they were trying to set up for a nemesis. Like they do get him.
They do set up for a nemesis, but it's later on.
Yeah,
right.
Next movie. Right.
And then so I know Wesker comes into the series, right?
Yeah, but not until later.
3 or 4.
Okay, so that's a while from now. But there's no other characters that are from the game in this movie.
Specifically in this movie.
So
zombies and liquors.
I meant like characters actually like were part of the story.
No,
not in this movie.
No, you don't get Chris, you don't get Jill.
Its own thing. They just wanted elements of the game. They didn't want any characters. They started bringing in characters in the next movie with Jill, and then I think the movie after that they had
Claire and Chris. I think.
Yep. And then I know Leon came later,
which doesn't make any sense because Chris is from the first game, and so is Jill, and also from the third game. And then Leon and Claire from the second game. But
sure,
like I said,
but Claire and Chris are siblings, so
yeah,
bring them in the same movie.
Which is why she's in Raccoon City in the first place in the second game. But regardless, I don't care that they didn't make this after the games all that much because it's its own universe, like it's its own thing, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate them for not trying to make games. But also, if they ever do a remake, they really do just need to remake the games, but in movie form. And they need to make it an actual horror movie and not a zombie movie.
They did that with Welcome to Raccoon City. And
I don't even know what that is.
It's the one that came out like 2 years ago. I'll let you borrow it. I've got it on DVD.
Okay, cool.
Like that's exactly what it did. And that had literally game elements in it. The problem is Leon was an idiot.
Shitty static cameras?
No.
The static cameras would actually made the game, made the movie.
Where you just get trapped in that like flip camera vortex, can't get out of it for like 10 minutes.
No, that's just because you suck at controlling.
That was what I had an issue with that the first time I played Resident Evil. The first Resident Evil game.
I realistically, if that wasn't a problem, probably would have been one of the biggest Resident Evil fans. But I would get on that so much that it made the game unplayable for me, and I just couldn't. I just didn't care anymore.
You'd want to play the the newer remastered versions because they took that away in the first.
Hey, do you have a PlayStation 4?
No, not anymore.
Oh, I was like, because realistically, I would send you my copy of Resident Evil 2 to play.
No, I mean, I think I played the demo of like the remastered one, and I liked it. I like Resident Evil 4 like a lot. That's actually one of my favorite GameCube games of all time.
Resident Evil 4 is Simon's favorite Resident Evil game.
Yeah, like it's
good. I mean, they did a really good job.
Any game that makes me actually care about an escort mission, which that is that entire game. That game is one long ass escort mission, and I hate escort missions.
100%.
And it fell into my top.
But
probably top
Ashley
5.
is smarter than your normal escort in that game.
Yeah, she did really, really well.
Like it wasn't one of those things where it's like they just keep walking at a sedated pace, and then like you have to fight everything around them. Like she would hide if you told her to hide. And you could keep things away from her. But whatever. We're talking about Resident Evil from 2002, the movie.
Correct. So, watching this now, follow up my other story.
Wait.
Joey-
Before we get into anything, I have
Yeah.
one important question because this
Okay.
directly affects Joey.
Okay.
Do we count them as deaths for when they are turned into zombies or for when they get killed as zombies or both?
So, I've got a count for all of it, and I actually have it all separated specifically for that reason.
Huh.
But
Hold
I
on.
would count it as 2, like for Michelle Rodriguez's character, Rain. Like, I count her dying when she was alive and dying, and then being shot and killed again.
Okay,
as
speaking
dying.
of things being killed, the blonde doctor that gets drowned was pretty fucking hot.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead, Chuck.
Everybody getting turned into a zombie, though, is one kill.
Correct.
Yes. I
Okay.
counted
Just
that.
want to make sure. I just want to make sure you factored that in.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Okay.
We were just wondering if they
But-
counted
Because the
again as
virus
another kill.
release is one attack.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were just wondering
Yeah,
if it counted
okay.
as another kill for each one of them when they die later on.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I feel like
guess
it
so.
should count.
I mean,
I
we
think
were
it should.
counting robots at one point, which is they don't have souls and clones.
We actually
So
don't
I
know
guess
that they
we
have
can-
souls.
They
What if they do
they
have?
had
What if the robots actually do have souls? You think about it; they have personality, right? Okay,
Exactly.
personality
That's
is part of having a soul. You can't program a personality.
You absolutely can't program a personality. What are you talking
No.
about?
not with those B1 battle droids. You couldn't.
They're just
B1
based
battle
off
droids-
of somebody. B
Jar
stands
Jar
for like
Binks?
Brian. No, it's like Brian.
Binks.
Brian
B
of the
stands for
Separatists. It was
Binks.
just like, he's got a great personality. Let's just program it
Yeah.
all the B1.
The classic Star Wars character Brian.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I've got it all separated, and I have it. I have a total for all of it. So,
Attaboy.
All right.
because I anticipated that.
Joey putting in the diligence and the hard work, and if there was only some way that you could support Joey's hard work, there is. It's called Patreon. Head over to patreon.com/professional casual. As little as $1 you get access to that Discord. But fuck that $1. $3, 1 cent. Literally, I just paid $4.95 for a cup of coffee. So for 1 month, you can support our show, or you can get 1 cup of coffee. Support our show. It's better for you.
You know, we should probably start putting some Patreon content. So
Yeah,
that
we
the
probably
people
should.
who
We should
do support our
realistically-
show.
Realistically, I have so much content that I could do. Also, Joey, did you ever figure out how to make those shirts? Because I did do my due diligence and actually make the.
You did. No, I did not. So
Okay. Over if you know what?
Redbubble and
I'll make a
TeePublic, I think.
I will make a deal right now. If we can get the first five people to sub at the 1 year the 1 year subscription. So you have to buy the full year at the 301 tier, and you send it to Joey as evidence that you did it. The first 5 people who sign up for the 1 year tier, I will personally buy them a shirt, and we will send it to them.
Specifically, this shirt is, if you remember our Batman episode,
yes,
it is Joe
It's
Cool, Snoopy himself, killing Batman's parents as we made a canonical event on this
Yes.
show.
you might need to
Yep.
send me that picture directly so that I can get crop it out and
Like, send it to your email or send it to your.
just message it to me
Okay.
at some point in time.
All right, I'll do it today as soon as we're done with this.
Yeah.
Good
so-
admin work. We're getting done here.
Yes.
Anyway,
So,
yes, the first
movie.
5 people who sign up will buy them a shirt.
Yes.
1 year tier. You have to do the 1 year subscription tier at the 301 specifically. We'll send you a shirt.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Anyway, continue.
let's break down this movie.
Yeah, 15 minutes in, let's talk about a movie we allegedly
All right,
watched.
so apparently,
Look, I love this movie. This is
no,
one
it's
of
a
my-
great movie. Okay, it is dumb,
the-
and there are so many plot holes, but it is an amazing movie, and
yes.
I will forever love it.
Yep.
I
Okay.
went and watched this with I think with Mito, I went and watched this in theaters.
Nice. I
So
went and
like
watched
it's
this with
got
my brother.
which one?
So Tommy, I think
Oh,
I
okay.
saw this one and the next one with him, and then I've seen all of them in theaters. But yeah, I'll definitely say this: first two are good, like they're enjoyable, and I had a lot of fun with them. I had a lot of fun with the whole series, but after two, they're terrible. They're bad, but I love them.
Well, I mean, from 1 and 2 are like the horror zombie genre sort of thing, and then after that they turn into a superhero movie, sort of.
It's like an action-packed, superhero of sorts. I don't know. It gets weird. By the end of it, it gets really weird.
Completely off topic, but not. Was Michelle Rodriguez hotter in this movie than she was in any other movie ever?
She was very attractive in this movie. I was really into it.
Like, very realistically, I think this is the hottest Michelle Rodriguez ever is in a movie. And I don't know why.
I would argue the first Fast and the Furious, she was gorgeous.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. I guess it would have been like the late
Early
90s, early 2000s. Yeah, like she was just, whatever she was doing in that era just was awesome. Because I mean, she's still good looking, but I don't know what you are right. Like whatever it is now,
there's something. There's just something about this era of Michelle Rodriguez that was just smoking.
Yeah,
she's in Dragon as well.
Yes, which is so good, so good.
Oh yeah, she's in Machete Kills. She's in Machete Kills on those. That's what I was like. No, there's something she's like stupid hot in. And
she was also in Lost for a season until SWAT was good for her.
Yeah,
she was in Lost until she got into a drunk driving incident.
Of course she did. I would just like to point out she is 45 years old.
That's only 5 years older than me, dog.
No, I know, but she does not look like she's aged a day. Like, have you seen like anything recent of her?
Realistically, when you have a lot of money, you don't have a lot of stress.
I don't think she has a lot of money.
She got a lot more money than I do. I guarantee that.
Yeah, maybe, but so does that raccoon that lives in the dumpster around.
Look, God damn it, that raccoon makes great investments. All right.
That's because he
has got some insider trading bullshit going on. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that raccoon. Canonically, honestly, that raccoon is actually a fucking genius.
Also, shot Batman
for me. It's Mila Jovovich.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely gorgeous.
Okay,
yeah.
Hot take. I don't see it. I don't. Okay. I don't know.
No. That's fair, Chuck. Because you didn't see Fifth Element when you were a child of like
not true
10 to 14 years old.
No, I did. I saw the Fifth Element when I was 13 years old. Was the first time I'd ever seen. I think that she's attractive in that, kind of. But in this, did nothing for me. And I don't know if it's specifically some type of trauma response to like just that 2000s edgelordy, like this is what a girl needs to look like mentality and concept or something. But watching this movie, which by the way, this is the first time I've ever seen this movie. And there's a part of me that thinks maybe I should have watched it when I was when I was younger, and I would have resonated with me more, and I would have thought it was really good. It is like absolutely what I would assume Hollywood that saw alternative like Hot Topic, cycling mainstreaminess coming in. Like, okay, what's all the shit that they like a Hot Topic? All right, just throw that into a fucking movie. Oh, this Resident Evil thing's like really popular. Throw it into a movie.
Make it a movie.
Oh, zombies! We're plastering zombies with everything. Throw it into a movie. So,
well, the other thing though, this movie was in the works since like '97. George Romano was actually he wrote a script for it, but he the company didn't like it, so they went through a few different scripts before Paul W.S. Anderson got attached to it.
So I don't. That being said, I actually This movie is I don't know. It tries to be too hard at a lot of things, and it's like really cringy. But I think,
100%.
I think I liked it because of that. Like,
Yes,
I liked
that
the
was
cringiness. Yeah,
when it came
one of
out.
the
It was
few
cringy.
times- Yeah, one of the few times that I actually enjoy the cringiness of the thing that we're watching. This does not this is not Evil Dead 2. You know what I mean? Like this is exactly what it knew what it needed to be. It knew what it took itself too seriously, but not as a joke. It took itself too seriously as trying to be a serious movie, and that's what makes it really good. And for the most part, the action scenes were really good. Though the sets looked rough in a lot of parts.
It's very
Okay,
dated.
so yeah,
Very
okay.
dated.
One of the things I had a big issue with, right? When they were reconnecting the power to the train and Michelle Rodriguez gets underneath there, it literally looked like somebody crawled underneath the train and unplugged all that shit because there's no other way
Well,
that
would
would have come out so perfect.
So Spence would have opened, got on there and unhooked the train just in case. At least that's the way I'm taking it.
But see, I thought he got knocked out before the train landed.
See, that's the thing. I don't know. I don't think it did. I think he had gotten back
But
to the
even
station.
then, why would he just unplug it when he could have cut all the wires and then made it harder for somebody to get it back down there?
Yeah, plot.
I guess. Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't make any sense that the train was unhooked at all.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
He didn't have to do that. He did not have to do that. But that's my own headcanon wise. That's the only thing that makes sense.
But also stealing the virus was super easy. If he wouldn't have thrown that capsule and broke it, he would have gotten away with it stock clean. Nobody would have ever known anything happened. Ever.
No, they would have as soon as they got into the lab.
Okay.
Literally 10 minutes later.
But if he would have thrown that in another place,
which he should have,
where he was further down.
Well, only because that lab has a viral, not infection, but a viral thing. That's a
contained unit. Yeah, that didn't make any sense. Why would that go through the whole round of the building? It's all sectioned off.
Yep. Yeah, no, there are plot holes out the ass in this movie.
Yeah.
But
I think if you just go for the ride, it's fine.
Exactly.
This is absolutely you just need to go for the ride. Just enjoy it. It's fine.
Yeah.
It could be a lot worse. You know what I mean?
So, Chuck, since you haven't seen this movie before, were you surprised that Spence was the bad guy, or did that catch you off guard at all, or did you see it coming a mile away?
No, I saw it coming a mile away.
Okay.
Yeah, the first time I watched this movie, I knew it was him because you see him at the beginning, his leather jacket when he's bumping into people and shit. You actually almost see his whole face.
You actually almost see his whole face. You kind of see his whole face when he closes the door, but it's so quick you can't really get a
I just thought that was Wesker originally, and then when they introduced it, it's like, oh, why is he acting? Because he's acting just so stupid. You know what I mean? He's acting like a guy he's acting as if we aren't supposed to know, but it's very obvious. I don't know how to explain it, but I was like, oh yeah, he's just the bad guy.
Yeah.
But I really thought I just assume anybody in a long black leather coat with blonde hair is Wesker, unless it's Nemesis.
He had brown hair, dude.
Did he?
Actually, I think he had
it wasn't a dirty blonde.
Dark black. I don't know. It's dark brown.
Listen. First off, the color was wild in this movie, all over the place. It was shot with the lighting that almost makes it look like it's negative light. You know what I mean? When you look at something and you look at the negative print of it. Maybe it's just my settings on my television, but I had a lot of that
sometimes I really do think you need to check your hues.
I'm starting to think so because it was super weird. Also, we watched this on Netflix. You guys watch it on Netflix?
Yes.
I watched the DVD.
Okay.
I watched it on Netflix.
I remember when this movie came out and all my friends were talking about it. About the scene in the where they're with the laser beams.
Yes, that scene was
Okay.
Was pretty cool.
That scene was really cool. But it was described to me as being one of the most grotesque things they had ever seen in their entire life.
No, like you don't even get to see the
it was-
blood or like the guy. Like you see the guy falling to pieces, but you don't see anything after that.
You
But
do
you,
see
like-
his eye kind of like start dripping as he gets cut.
That's
Well, it doesn't
true.
make any sense because I'd assume the laser's all cauterized. That's why.
Sure,
like,
but when they walk through
That's
it, they would
true.
definitely squish the blood out of the little, diced,
Yeah,
sliced pieces of it.
sure. But like, I was they explained it to me like you see the entire body just fall into
Ooh,
pieces.
you're thinking of 13 Ghosts,
No, that's
where
not
the dude
this
gets
movie.
cut in half, and then like
No,
the front
that-
half of his body slides down, and you
Right.
get to see like the
Oh yeah.
bisected,
Yeah,
which was
I've
bad
seen
as
that.
fuck. Like,
but like
legit.
my friends specifically described this to me as, oh yeah, he's a bunch of cubes, and you see all the cubes fall, and like they were like losing their minds about it. And so when I went back to watch,
I mean,
I was
you
like,
do,
did
but it's
they
just like a, it's
edit
just like
this?
it's just
It's
like
like
a
the
one.
no.
You see like one slide out, and that was it.
Yeah, and then he just like puddles.
Yeah,
See,
'cause
they
the focus-
they didn't show the puddle. They literally just showed the
No.
one piece slide out, and that was
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
but yeah, no. Like, so, but that was also a really big thing for this era of movies because, like, Underworld did it with the dude getting his head cut up.
True,
13 Ghosts did it. This did it. Like, the bisecting people, like, in like a, like, almost anime style of way was a really big thing at this time.
Hmm.
Also, I was kind of sad the medic chick died because she was not bad looking.
Olga was her name.
That makes sense.
Was that her name? Because they just called her the medic in the
Here's
credit.
the thing. You actually don't. Yeah, apparently. So I've read the novelization, and her name's Olga in novelization. Yep. Just say it, Chuck. There you
She
go.
gets no name because the novelization doesn't count.
Honestly, all of them technically. Not all of them because we get
Only
Rain,
3
we
of
get
them.
JD,
Only, yeah, I'd say JD, Rain, and
Kaplan.
Kaplan are the only 3 that get names.
So,
like-
one, the leader, he gets named, but it's the computer when the Red Queen's like camera focuses on him, which also kind of makes me believe that the computers actually could identify a bicycle in the CAPTCHA like thing on the on the computers.
Yep.
So like they just don't want to try. But no, like when they focus in on that scene, it focuses on the characters and it actually has a readout of each name. We didn't get a focus on the other 3, the medic and the other 2 guys, but it does focus on everybody else. Plus, when it focuses on Matt, it actually doesn't have a file for him because he obviously doesn't work for Umbrella, doesn't work for Raccoon City. He was, a mole of sorts. That's just the little small things that were actually in the movie. So, not in the novelization.
Okay, so Spencer, like the antagonist, right?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of awesome job did he do where his undercover story was banging Mila Jovovich? Like, what do you have to do to get an assignment like that? Because I really need to change occupations.
What if they never did? It was all just like programmed into her brain.
No, they did.
I'm pretty sure he programmed it into something else of hers too, but also, so all of the music in this movie is so aggressive. No matter what's going on.
Oh, it's like definitely like
riding
Neo
down an elevator.
2000.
It's like like just fucking like it goes hard everywhere in this movie.
Yeah, because they watched Blade, they saw the bloodbath scene, and there's like, we have to recreate this in every single moment that we can. So here's just thumping neo techno music as hard as we can go. Because this was, like I say, this is a great encapsulation of like early 2000s. The music,
Oh yeah.
the way women are written in movies, the style, like I remember alt girls dressing like her character after this movie a bunch, like a lot, like a absurd amount. Yeah,
Speaking
I
of,
just
they don't ever actually name Alice until the credits,
Right.
which is interesting. But they do
Which
name
is supposed to
Spence.
be an Alice in Wonderland reference, right?
Yes, there's actually a ton of different Alice in Wonderland references in this.
A whole lot of them.
Yeah.
They do make the I think the comment about going down the rabbit hole. There's
Yeah.
a rabbit that they are injecting the T virus in and the antidote in. On IMDb has a bunch, and I can't remember what it all was,
Right.
but yeah, there's a ton of references.
Which is very 2000s, like relating everything to Alice in Wonderland. Because I remember all of my all my emo alt friends were just like obsessed with that movie and all the
I feel like
hidden undertones of it and stuff.
At some point in time, around that time, we got the Alice in Wonderland 2-part movie on Sci-Fi Channel. I don't remember what the hell it was called, but it was based around Alice in Wonderland, but it was like
It was like a horror movie.
No, it was like fuck, I can't remember, but the neighbor dad from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids plays like the knight.
Why do I feel like
the Hey Nani Nani
I do remember that, I think.
And you get the Mad Hatter, and he's got this fist that can knock somebody out in one punch. I'm pretty sure it was sci-fi, but I could be wrong. It could have been something else. But I feel like that came out around that time, which repopularized Alice in Wonderland again.
Kind of weird that a sci-fi thing would do anything, but I would say sure, but knowing my friends, no, they just discovered acid finally. We were like 02, so their older brothers were getting them into drugs at that point.
Ron, what you were talking about is a show called Alice. It had how many seasons? How many episodes? It was 2 episodes. It was a little mini series. But yeah, that's what you're talking about. And that's
why I thought it was a made-for-TV movie, because it was only 2 episodes.
Tim Curry's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. With it's Matt Fryer as the White Knight. Kathy Bates is in it.
She plays the queen.
She plays the queen, yeah.
Queen of Hearts. Yep.
Vaguely remembering this now. Yes.
Yeah. I really liked it. I watched it, I haven't seen it since the first time I watched it, but I remember watching
when that came out.
2000 what?
2009.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Which, funny enough, a year later was the Alice in Wonderland live action movie with Johnny Depp.
Yep. Rough. But this also you can definitely tell they're stealing elements from the Matrix in this movie. They're trying to copy paste a lot of stuff from the Matrix into this. So that kind of also makes sense, because there was a lot of Alice in Wonderland references in the Matrix as well.
Yeah.
So carrying that over into this, that kind of makes sense.
So, okay, when everybody gets turned into zombies, right?
Yeah.
And they're trying to get out after they're trying to reset the Red Queen, which also little girl, super creepy. That whole thing was super creepy.
Agreed. However, Spawngate Continuum wise, I remember her looking like a real person. I thought it was just a real person with special effects.
Yeah.
And going back now, I'm like, holy shit! It's not even close.
Might be confusing that with I want to say
the
fourth or fifth movie, because they have updated graphics and they look a lot better. But yeah, the graphics in this one, God,
but
bad.
All the doors to the zombie areas opening magically, right? They just all open. And then all the zombies
that happens in the game. You
sure.
do something here.
Yeah.
There.
But then they all end up like making their way down to like the exit area. Like all the zombies. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense that they would have made their way down to specifically the area that they had come in through, because that wasn't the normal entrance, because they couldn't get to the normal entrance.
Dining hall B.
Yeah, there was actually like a bunch of weird little.
How did that be? How was that dining hall B, and then no one at any point down there, because they all live down there, ever go into that dining hall? Ever?
And then not just that, but when they start shooting the zombies, right, when they first see them, and they shoot them in the body, nothing happens. Not one of them decides at one point in time to shoot them in the fucking head.
Yeah, because I think after Rain gets bit and JD pops her, that one girl, doctor, in both knees, and she's still getting up, and then Rain just unloads into her chest, making her fly back. And he's like, yeah, she's not standing now.
And then she gets back up, and then they don't shoot her in the head. They continue to shoot her in the body. Like,
no, well, she disappears, and then she pops up again to attack Rain, and then Rain snaps her neck.
Yeah,
well, I can actually explain to you why they never did. As we all know, 1312.
Accurate.
The zombie was. So they, they're gonna actually try to diffuse the situation by using non-lethal shots. If it was
like to the chest,
directly in the head, directly. Well, no, they shot her in the leg first because they're like, "Hey, you need to stop coming towards us. What are you doing?" And they shot her in both legs.
Which also reminds me, getting shot through the leg like that physically would not have been able to stand up. Okay, and that's something that's always driven me crazy with all zombie things, is like, if I shoot you through your fucking knees, your legs are not going to work like they're supposed to work, right?
Correct.
So there's no reason that after you shoot a zombie, or after like somebody cuts through a zombie's legs, or they, there's no reason they should be able to physically stand, because they have rudimentary control over their body.
They have basic needs. The need to feed.
Yeah, I did not see any of those zombies try to fuck anybody, okay? So they don't follow their basic human needs.
Yeah, basic needs.
Basic needs.
They got basic needs.
No, you're right. Like,
I blame Romero for that, though.
The whole zombie thing of they shouldn't be able to dig out of their graves ever, because they have no, like, if they've been sitting there and decomposing.
Yeah, they'd be atrophied or decomposed completely.
Exactly. But that's the whole yes for that, but that's the whole thing of like, hey, you know what? It's just a fun little genre.
Probably my other hot take is I unapologetically don't really like George A. Romano movies. Like, I don't like any of the Living Dead stuff. I don't know. It just doesn't.
I enjoy the first one for what it is, but that's really about it. Like, I've only seen a couple.
And just to piss off anybody else in the comments, you can, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead, comment below about how stupid I am. I unapologetically love the Dawn of the Dead remake, which is probably the only thing I will ever say.
Like the one where they get stuck in the mall.
Well, the first one and the second, like the original, also takes place in a mall. But yes,
it's funny. It's funny that you like that one.
It's the only Zack Snyder thing I've ever liked, because I constantly, every time I think that it's a Zack Snyder movie coming out, you tell me it's somebody else. I go, oh, okay, that explains why I like it. It is one of the only Zack Snyder movies I actually like.
Oh, speaking of Zack Snyder movies, so last night I attempted to watch the second part of Rebel Moon.
Just wait till next week to listen to my coverage of it.
Okay, I fell asleep like 4 different times, and nothing happened between the time that I fell asleep and woke up each time. And I don't know if it was just like me like falling asleep for tiny little bits.
Joey, you better be so happy I haven't watched it yet. Oh my god.
But regardless, he sucks, and the movie is horrible and it has no storyline.
Ooh.
Anyways, The dogs.
Stole everything from Warhammer.
I love
Yeah.
how they did the dogs with this because they didn't CGI the dogs. They just
Nope.
covered them in like meat and
Oh
blood.
yeah, that's exactly.
It was-
loved that.
It was
The practical effect,
gorgeous.
perfect.
Apparently, they were having such trouble with that because dogs kept eating it off of themselves.
Yes.
Oh,
But also, speaking of that scene, Mila
She actually
Jovovich,
kicked the dog in the face, right?
Well, that's not an actual dog. It's a fake dog that they did. But it took her like 3 months to learn to do that move. Like that was actually her doing that, and she actually did all of her own stunts except for jumping from the one pipe to the other, because I think
she was in heels.
See, I don't.
Her agent, I think, said that it was going to be one of those things where they were worried that she might get caught up in some of the wires.
Sure, and you know what? I do all my own stunts. I don't really see the big deal of it. But also, like, if I was in Hollywood, I wouldn't do any of my stunts because that's just cutting somebody out of their own job.
Yeah. No, you're right. 100%.
And
especially all of the cuts and bruises that she had in the movie were actually real. Like those were not like I think they started out painting them on, and then by like the end of filming, they were actually real bruises. So
I appreciate the authenticity and attempt, but yeah, I agree. The unions are there for a reason.
Exactly.
But it also, if she did get hurt, cost the studio thousands of dollars. We just recently learned that The Rock shows up 8 hours late to a shoot and cost them like $50 million or some shit.
So I don't know how true that is. I can see an hour or two late, but like 8 hours? No, I can't. I don't believe that one bit. The man was a wrestler. Like he is too professional to be like, I'm gonna fuck over this company for whatever reason.
Well,
no.
I'm to be fair. Just at this last WrestleMania, he was 2 hours late. I think he needed to. So,
I'm sure that was people were just pissed off at him for what he tried to do with Cody Rhodes anyway. So,
listen, he's the final boss for a reason. Right? He'll be back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because his movie crew kind of started tanking.
Well, he's going to do that A20 movie now. So
true.
Yeah, get research.
What movie?
That's what. It's literally about like a MMA fighter. I can't. The machine.
Yeah, the production company is A24, and they've been making a lot of great movies. Because I was gonna say horror movies, but they've done more than just horror.
Yeah, they've done a lot more than horror.
Yeah,
but that was their big thing. They did Hereditary and Midsommar, and they did the remake of Macbeth with Denzel Washington. That was like a really big movie. Anyway, this fucking thing though, I don't have a ton of other notes. I just kind of sat and like absorbed it because I tried to figure out where it falls on Joe's top 10 list while I was watching it. That was something I did.
A solid number 8.
I said 6.
I don't actually have a top 10 list. Now, I should probably at some point figure out from what we've watched here what my top 10 would be. Maybe I'll do that for next episode for all of us.
So how did you guys feel about the Wish Wolverine, which would have been the guy that played Spence, and then the Timo Bill Paxton, which would have been the guy that played Matt or Max or whatever the hell his name was?
Yeah.
Like that was just the feeling that I got from both of those, like that they were supposed to be like, yeah, I don't know, something about the facial.
Matt was annoying,
but he looks like like a generic Bill Paxton.
No, I get that. Paxton. No, he was just his character. Like he was
not
screaming
needed.
that. Like, hey, I'm actually here to take this company down. Like, literally every single time they run into something of like, this shouldn't be here.
Corporations think they're above the law.
Yeah, like, come on, dude, stop trying. Like, you are not hiding it at all. Also, but speaking of Matt, when he goes and he's looking around the offices, why were all the offices disheveled like that?
Right.
Because the fire alarm got pulled, so everybody's going to the doors,
And then they
And
died.
I can understand maybe like once the gas starts coming in, they like are trying to scramble around a little bit, but it would have been by the doors, not in the office. You know, so
Do we not? I assumed it was because the place had gotten ransacked. No,
no, it shouldn't have because everybody was dead.
Yeah,
No,
and they were the
but-
first. There was one team that went in before them, but they all died.
No, they were the team that went.
I
They
thought they
were
said
the
there was a
team.
team that went in before them, and
no, there was a team that was coming in behind them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was another team that was supposed to rendezvous with them if they were still alive. They were coming in behind them. That's what I heard.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure because there was another team. There was another team coming in. That was to rendezvous like with them, but we never see them or hear anything about them.
See, I
after.
thought
They
only
like
had,
a one-off comment.
I thought they had 3 hours to get in, get out, figure out what went wrong, and then
Before
get
the
out.
whole place blew up. Yeah.
Or yeah, well, closed off so that they couldn't get to it. No one could get to it, which doesn't obviously pan out at the end when the doctor is like, "All right, we're
this
going to
movie's
reopen it."
unbelievably full of plot holes. So I don't know. It's like kind of in the beginning where they're talking about like it's like I think when the first person dies, and they're just like, "Yeah, we got to get going because like other teams coming in behind us to like play cleanup or something." I
Yeah.
swear, a
Unless they
conversation
meant-
with that.
I feel like
Unless it was like when they split up. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking, maybe, but
Maybe.
But speaking of plot holes, the most important plot hole happens at the end of the movie when Mila Jovovich is naked and falls off the thing and you get the little
Jovovich.
beaver shot. Yeah, what did I say?
Jova.
I didn't see
So
it.
the only reason I know it's Jovovich is years ago I watched this movie with the commentary of her and Michelle Rodriguez, and Michelle like jokingly said Jovovich, and Mila's like, "It's a Jovovich, bitch. You know this." So like that just sticks in my head. So
Jovovich,
anyway,
got it.
Jovovich. So apparently the ending was she was supposed to be completely naked, but I guess they changed it up so that she had some covering. Because originally the ending was she was gonna be naked. She leaves the hospital and walks out, and she hears all of the zombies or something in the distance, and it's supposed to be like this disheartening ending to where like she is gonna be like eaten alive. But they changed it to what we have now, where she gets covered up. And she finds the gun to try to give a little bit of hope, like she's gonna take on whatever comes at her head on. I think I like this ending better than the other one, honestly.
I still would like to see her naked, but other than that, yeah,
I mean, go.
she's pretty much naked. Yeah.
She gets it's like just go look at. I'm sure
Any other movie she's in? Yeah.
There was a spread on Playboy that she did. Like she modeled before she became an actress, so I'm sure there's something out there.
Ron's gonna log off quick. Hold on. Yeah, I looked for the shot and I was like, oh, is that it? Is that what I was looking for?
It's when she falls off the table and then backs up towards it, like.
Yeah, it's a.
I was expecting
shot.
more.
It's not actual.
Yeah, I was expecting
shot.
I mean, it's not like a full-fledged Pornhub up close.
I was expecting more. That's all I'm saying. You hyped it up for me, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get to see some beef," and it was like, me.
I will say
that's because you didn't watch it on DVD where you can zoom in.
That's true.
Of Alice, the shot where she is remembering about the labs and like all the lab people walking, like overlaying, walking over her. I thought that was a really cool effect. Just one of the few special effects that actually worked, in my opinion, because not a lot in here that did. But speaking of one that didn't, was the liquor.
Yeah.
When he the liquor itself, moving it around wasn't really great. The super liquor, I guess you'd call it, when he mutated
in high school
was nice. Was not good. But then there were moments in the train on the way back where it looked cool because it was actually a puppet. But when it moved, like actually did any like big movement, nah, it was terrible. Like that sucked.
Yeah, anytime that it was CGI'd, it looked terrible.
It
Like-
looked like it was made on Windows 98.
It looked like they
Like,
pulled
it
it
was
right
rough.
out of one of the Resident Evil video games and
It
just
does look
applied
like it
to-
came from Resident Evil 2. I'll tell you that. But then again, like I feel like I remember Apocalypse it looking better, but that's also like 2 or 3 years later. Graphics are a little bit better. Budget was a little bit higher,
No,
so
I mean maybe budget's a little bit higher, but I don't think the graphics get. I mean they're in comparison to this, yeah, I guess so. But like, we haven't gotten to
you haven't
Spider-Man
seen
3
it,
yet.
so-
That's my point. We're getting.
oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do I have? Kaplan being apparently he wasn't in a lot of stressful situations ever, because the minute like one thing starts going wrong, i.e. The Red Queen closing the door on the team as they're in the one hallway, he just like immediately breaks down and can't do anything from that point on. But I did appreciate him popping back up and frying the Red Queen there at the end.
Frying the Red Queen by shooting a random monitor.
No,
No, he hit
He
the
had
button
the-
on the.
he had the trigger.
Oh,
he had a
see,
trigger
I
for
thought
the
he
EMP.
I thought he killed the Red Queen when he just randomly shot a monitor that was on a wall that was like supposed to disable her or whatever.
No, that was Alice. That was when she was supposed to kill Rain, and she
Right.
refused to do that, even though she's bringing it down, bringing the
Right.
axe down in a downward motion and not a side to hit
Yeah,
the mother.
it's-
That's a different thing.
Oh, it's all in
Um,
the hips, Joey.
I mean, I'd like to be in her hips. Just saying.
Heyo.
it's gross
I
when
guess-
you do it, Joe.
Oh,
No,
really?
Ron.
Really?
Yeah, Ron is the
I will-
horniest man. That's fine, but you, I expect more. I expect better.
Okay. Chuck, I apologize. I will do better.
Thank you.
Um,
That's all I ask.
I will say that Mila Jovovich and the director Paul W.S. Anderson, they met on this film, obviously, and they got married. Like they have
Wait,
been-
isn't that what happened between her and Luke Besson too? From Fifth Element? They met on the set and then he divorced his wife and married her.
maybe. Oh god.
Yo,
I
I
don't know.
love it.
Either way, like
Crazy.
they've had kids. Like her and Anderson have like 3 kids together, and one of them was the young Black Widow in the Black Widow movie, young Natasha.
That's not that good of a movie, but
So she knows Russian.
Obviously, she's really
Yeah,
Jovovich. Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Joey, your last name's Janero. Speak Italian to me.
Si, senor.
That's Spanish.
No,
that's
they
why
say
he's
senor.
third best.
Anyway,
Signore.
si, senor. See, I got it there.
Gabagool.
The last thing that I have is that note that was written down. Completely did not match when Spence wrote it later. Didn't even try. Didn't even
No.
try the
Yeah.
same handwriting. That was terrible.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody was actually paying attention? No, we just got like a beef shot. It's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this. I genuinely feel like this movie is like the Titanic. You watch it for one scene, and that's the beef shot.
I mean, yeah. I'd watch it for what the fuck is her name? From Titanic.
Oh, Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet. Yeah, I'd watch a movie to see her naked. Absolutely.
Yeah, but you watch Titanic to watch the guy bounce off the propeller.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
really
you
good
watch
scene.
it to watch the dude
That
bounce
is a
off the
really
propeller.
good scene.
It's like you sit through this entire movie to see Mila Kunis's cooter.
Mila Kunis is. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I think when this came out, Mila Kunis would have
She
still
was
been
like
underage.
12. Yeah, she was
Well,
like 12.
they were doing the 70s show, weren't they?
Yeah, and she was like 16 or
She
17
was-
in that
Yeah,
show.
she was
No,
like,
really?
yeah, she
Yeah.
was like 15 or 16 because Ashton Kutcher was like her first kiss ever. Like she went on record
Oh.
of being like, yeah, I lied about my age to get on the show.
Did
it
not
was
know
like,
that. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it was like, yeah, it got a little bit of heat after like the second season or something like that.
Whoops.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Ron,
then
you got anything else?
Danny Masterson was the one to walk away from that being the worst person ever. So
Right.
Yeah. I mean, when you're a pedo, that kind of happens. So
yeah, that thing happened.
Oh,
Topher Grace walking away at the right time from that show too. Holy shit! But there's a
yeah,
lot
but
of
he walked
dark
away
history
to
there.
go be Venom. Like that was not really a good choice.
yeah,
But he was calling Danny out on his bullshit like
He
when
was.
he left.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And I mean, like Ashton, probably his career's over now. So I'll see Hila survives, but probably not.
She's got Family Guy money. Even though Seth
Yeah, true.
MacFarlane hates her.
And fired her.
No.
Yeah, she doesn't do the voice anymore.
She doesn't do
Does
Meg
she?
anymore?
I don't think so. I think they went back. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I actually haven't
Is she
watched the
still
show
on?
in like
I didn't even know that
it's
show was still on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going on its like 30th season. No,
Something like
That
25th
doesn't sound
season?
right.
25th
20th
season.
season. Something like that.
It came out in like 99, I believe. 98.
Yeah, but there was like a
99.
4-year hiatus.
I didn't realize it was still
Yeah, like
on
2
though.
year.
Because I mean,
Yeah,
like, is it even? Because it hasn't been relevant in what, like 15 years?
Yeah.
My understanding is making a bit of a comeback, but
Like I haven't watched it in about 15 years, so yeah. No, that's not true. Actually, there was a year, like a Christmas season, where when I still had cable, I was watching it, putting those shelves together. So, because it was just like on TBS and it was just airing. I'm like, okay, I need something on. So there you go. I just need some background noise.
I think maybe it still streams on Hulu, but otherwise it doesn't stream anywhere. So, and also none of the jokes hold up. But anyway,
that's fair.
Anybody else got any notes? I think I covered all mine.
I've got the last thing I have is the narrator at the beginning and the doctor at the end that says put Matt in the Nemesis program. That's Jason Isaacs, Lucius Malfoy himself.
Yeah.
Apparently, him and Anderson are good friends, and that's why he's in this movie for the.
He plays a fucking awesome bad guy. Like,
oh yeah, he was supposed to be in the next one, but for whatever reason, probably because of Harry Potter, maybe, or just contracts doing other things, he couldn't, and that's why they got what's his name? Can't remember his name. They got a different guy, somebody else.
Yeah, the dude with the face.
Well, did either one of you watch Titans?
Is that like the DC comic?
Yes.
No.
It's on Max.
I think I started watching it, but I don't think I got.
So he's Batman in Titans. He is the one knight in Game of Thrones that has the grayscale on him. I can't remember his name. But
I did watch it. Yeah.
He's one of those like
it was pretty good.
He plays Mormont in Game of Thrones. Marmot?
Yes. Is that him?
Mormont? I think that's the guy.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Like the dude that helps Khaleesi until she finds out that he's a douchebag, and then
that guy. Yeah.
I think it's Mormont, something like that.
Yeah, he comes in the next movie, and his character name is Dr. Isaacs to honor Jason Isaacs, who couldn't be in the role. So
that's pretty legit.
That is, I think, all I have. Oh, there's one more note here. When JD turns around to Kaplan to get the code, like he's firing, turns around to Kaplan, like you don't hear any more guns, and then the one zombie at that point falls over. Wasn't hit, he just falls over.
He was tired. He needed to take a break.
It was fun.
Yeah, he got Batman now.
He got.
He's taking a nap.
He's just taking a nap.
That is all of my notes. So let's go ahead and start off with Ron. Give us your ratings for all the females.
Okay, so
God, is this the thing we're doing now? Jesus,
you started this, Chuck. You wanted
I know.
this.
I forgot. I'm
It's our
sorry.
100th episode. We have to start now.
Yeah, it's
So,
true. Welcome to the segment we like to call Ron Objectifying Women. Go ahead, Ron.
All right, so
I'm writing that
starting off with the low end of the list, we have the Elevator Girl and Lisa at a 5.0.
Oh, I totally forgot to talk about the elevator girl and thinking about how she could actually fit through that hole that's like 2 inches wide.
Right? Yeah, that was just she's a cat, and apparently, as long as her head fits through, the rest of her body will fit through.
Yeah. But she was saying
But-
she got stuck before she even got stuck. So whatever.
Yeah, but I gave each of them a 5 because I felt like it would be kind of mean to not put them on. But also, I just didn't find them all that too much attractive.
Okay.
Right.
I have the medic in at a 5.5 because she had some nice thick thighs on her. You know,
There
like that was nice. Like the blonde scientist got a 6. I don't know why. Like pre-zombie, she seemed like she was super hot, and I don't know. And then we have Alice and Rain clocking in both at a 6.8.
Not bad.
Like I said, hottest Michelle Rodriguez, I think, in my personal opinion, and Mila Jovovich has like a certain spot in my heart because like Fifth Element. I mean, you know,
Fifth element in this movie for me.
yeah. I mean, pretty much, and you know, she's not a bad looking woman. I mean, I'm not, you know, she's not like in my like top, 10 or anything, but still.
She doesn't. Yeah, again, I would take Michelle Rodriguez over Mila.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, I don't care which one of them's on top.
Thank you.
So
You want to keep this segment there, Joey, or
I don't
you
know.
brought this on yourself? And then
You
it was
brought
Ron
this on us.
Objectifying Women.
You are the one that brought it.
Listen, I just insert the chaos. You know what I mean? Like I just plant the seed.
Mhm.
I don't water
Anyway.
them. You water.
Okay,
them.
well, in that case, should I rank them 1 through 6? Would that be better instead of giving them a rating out of 10?
No, it doesn't help.
Look, Chuck, I don't know what you want. I'm just trying to do what you
I
asked.
just wanted to make. Listen, oh God, I love committing to the bit. No, I would say rank. You got to rank them 1 through 10. However, you do need to do harder decimal points. We've been over this, okay? You got because otherwise you're just gonna pull them in the middle, and like we're in
Yeah,
trouble.
I'm not keeping track. If you want to keep track of where they sit in a spreadsheet,
Ron is
that's on
going to
you.
keep track. Yeah, you
That's
just
what I'm
start
saying.
ranking them all.
I
and
mean,
then-
I wrote them down on the paper. Like,
Exactly, but we need a separate Google Sheet drive of like when you punch stuff in, and then it sorts it for you.
man, I haven't used Excel in years.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. So our kill
All
count.
right. Yep.
So I've got a kill count, an undead kill count, a dog count, and a liquor count. It's a combined total of 41, but we had 12 people die. We had 8 dogs die. We had 20 undead die. That does include the dogs, the undead dogs.
Okay.
No, wait, no. The 8 dogs were the undead dogs. That's what it was because yeah. Anyway, sorry. And then we had 1 liquor die.
That's it.
Yep, 41 total.
This
Damn.
was a horrifically
20
violent movie, and that's all we
That's
got.
20 undead.
And they
Well,
still didn't surpass Batman 89.
now, and they probably want.
Not even close.
Well, it's halfway. Over halfway.
Batman be
Because it's like
murking
70 something.
mothers.
86.
That's crazy.
No, it was
89?
like 76.
78. It was 78.
It's 78.
God, I gotta look at it.
Because
It's
Chuck and I
78.
both had the 8 right.
Yeah, it's 78. It's always 78.
Yep, 78. You're right.
Yep. There you go.
Okay. Ron? Bingo?
All right, so we have nudity, unexplained science, betrayal by a friend. We have a Wilhelm scream. We have animal cruelty. We have a villain monologue. We have a hero kills. We have a reformed bad guy, sexual innuendo, fight for control of something, misogyny, and comic book logic.
Yeah, my God. So close to a full blackout. Was it 2 bingos?
That was, about 2, almost 3.
Yeah, almost 3.
Wow.
We need to get 5 to get a full. So we'll get there
Yeah.
eventually.
So close.
All right, Chuck, Spawn Kate.
Oh wow, this is real bad. None of this held. Anything that was CG'd did not hold up. This is exactly why we made the Spawn Cake Continuum.
Yes.
I'm gonna say 2 out of 94 Spawn Capes. Nothing looked good.
I respect
Nothing
that.
looked good.
Yeah.
I
Well,
definitely
you know what looked
remember.
good? You know what
That's
looked
a
good?
little higher than I thought you were going to give it. To be honest with you.
The crows at the very beginning when she walks outside, those are CGI. Those look good.
Well, that's because they were practically hidden in the darkness.
Exactly.
So
That's why they look good.
Yeah. I really remember the Red Queen being looking like an actual human being. So
Yeah, that was bad. The diagrams were bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing held. CGI like train section looked awful too. Like, yeah, nothing was good. Practical looked okay. Like the end scene where she's like walking out and it's just like the city burned and blown up. I assumed it was practical because that looked okay.
I think some
Most
of
of
it
it
was probably
was.
practical. Yeah.
Yeah. So thought that looked okay. That's it.
Okay. Ron, boot count?
Okay, so do we count Mila Jovovich's every time they show up?
No. One person counts for one count. Well,
Okay, well, in that case,
came up with this. So
legitimately, we only have one.
okay.
you get one booby.
Yep.
Wait, did we ever count if it's a nipple? Do we have to see nipple for it to count?
Yes.
We saw a
It's
nipple?
only at
miss
the
Yeah,
end.
in the shower scene.
Yeah. Or in the shower scene,
Oh.
yeah, because at the end you don't see either one of them.
I thought she was fully covered. Okay, you're right.
Well, she is, but when she reaches for the robe, like there's one shot when she's putting it on where you see it.
Oh, wow, I apparently did not pay attention enough. Okay.
You were not a teenage boy in the early 2000s.
Yeah, apparently.
Watching this movie.
If I
Yep.
was, yeah, that would have ranked a lot in the spank bank for sure because I didn't have access to the internet then, so that makes sense.
Chuck would be like, a nipple?
Yeah, pretty much. I would have burned that to a VHS tape of best nipple like compilation album.
Yeah.
All on one VHS and ran it on the.
Speaking of burning things, what do you give a score for this, Chuck?
All right, is this Resident Evil movie? I have no idea. Are there comic books based off of it? No,
there is
allegedly. But if that's the case, then we should. If that's the case, then we should have watched Mummy. All I'm saying. I'm going to say that this. Okay, I enjoyed this movie for the campiness of it. I enjoyed this movie because it's clearly Joe is excited about it, and that got me weirdly excited about it. This is 100% a time capsule of what a 2000s action movie looks like.
By
far. It had some cool scenes. The laser scene was cool. I thought like although we didn't see the girl get decapitated, I thought like the elevator scene was kind of funny for what it was. I'm gonna be nice to Joey today. I'm gonna say 5.8. I enjoyed it. I'd probably watch it. I've never seen the only one I saw was Apocalypse, and I was forced to go with a bunch of other friends. And I was very confused of why Alice gets powers, like supernatural powers. So I'll be very interested to see as this continue. Wait, was it Apocalypse?
Apocalypse was the second one. She didn't really have a lot of. She had some like upgraded speed and healing.
No, whatever one where she uses the telekinesis to burn the bird with the flamethrower.
Yeah, that was 3. Like 3 is when it got like weird.
Extinction, that's what it was.
Like I said, the first 2, this one and Apocalypse, I think are the better of the 6. Because after this one, it gets like I have no idea what's going on.
Right.
And it gets weird.
This kept my interest enough to see the rest of the series out that I don't have to watch anyway. So
we might watch. I mean, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, we're gonna watch Apocalypse in like 3 months. No, it'll probably be a while before we watch the next one.
which is
But,
about when I'm going to care about it. So
probably.
I mean, the
The
cover
only-
is her in a black latex suit with guns. So
Yeah. The only problem with, and we might wait only because out of the 6 of them, only like 2 or 3 are actually streaming, and I don't remember which ones. This one, obviously, but I don't know if Apocalypse is. I think Extinction.
I think
is
Apocalypse
on one
is
of
because
them.
it came up as a suggestion after I watched this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Rod.
But who knows?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I missed Chuck's rating. What did he give that?
he gave it a 5.8.
Okay.
Because I'm nice.
Yeah. So
And I did enjoy it.
that's fair. Would I watch this movie again? Yes, absolutely. Is it one of my favorite movies? No, but it's still good. And for all the bad stuff in it, it still holds up pretty well. All the plot holes kind of like lose points for me, but I gave it a 5.37 because I know how to use the extended decimals, Chuck. And
wow, I'm proud of you.
thank you. And that way we don't end up with this big lump of things right in the middle.
I mean, it still might be in the middle.
Joey, what'd you give it?
I mean, obviously, birthday month. I chose this movie. I love this movie. It's one that I could put on literally anytime. When I had cable and I was flipping through the channels, if this was on TV, I would turn it on and watch it from wherever it's at. This movie is nostalgia for me. I went and saw it in theaters when it came out. I love the games. I haven't beaten all the games, but I love the games to the point where like I was kind of going deep into a lot of the extended stuff. Like Rod and I, we've got the novelization of the games, and they are amazing.
They're pretty good, yeah.
And there's comics out there. I've read a lot of the comics, and they are literally just a lot of the game just made in the comic form. So it's Resident Evil holds a special place in my heart. That being said, I give this an 8.3. Like I said, this is a movie I love. I will watch it anytime, literally anytime.
I'm waiting for people to start actually like say that we're ranking this absurdly, because that seems,
We got
even
that.
with nostalgia, that seems high.
We did get that for A History of Violence. Somebody did comment on the YouTube page.
I just listened to the Superman Returns episode. Check the archives. And you brought up the fact that people hated it, and it was all because I wasn't there to drop the score.
Yeah.
You put it solely on me and my neurovirus or food poisoning.
You were dying. So that gives us a combined score of 6.49, which drops it in currently at behind the Batman vs. Dracula at 6.5, Superman 2 at 6.5, and just above the Vault of Horrors at 6.3.
Okay.
So not terrible.
I don't think I watched any of those movies, so does that seem fair? Of those movies, you're going to watch this over any of those again?
I would probably watch this over Superman 2, if I'm being honest. I mean, I would.
Okay, I wouldn't.
It's not the Donner cut. It's the other version. It's the theatrical version.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd watch this over that. I'd watch this over Batman vs. Dracula. I'd watch this over the TMNT, which is above this at a 6.7.
I don't know. I'd be up in the air about that one, I think.
But again, I've got a more fondness for this movie than you do.
That's fair. That's fair.
So,
Yeah. It means a lot to him. Just let him have it. Just let him have it.
It's a plethora. It means a lot.
Anyway.
So what's our next movie?
It's a movie.
I guess that's true.
We gotta do our outros first before
I know. I just wanted to see if I could.
You're never gonna get me. You're never gonna get me on that. Chuck,
That's true.
All right.
like 10 movies.
That sounds like a challenge, Chuck. What do you think?
We'll see. But until then, you can find me over on Instagram and TikTok, kicked out of the no being kicked. You can follow my hobby page where you can see the model that I painted when I was on vacation this weekend. That 2-stroke paint strokes in fell off the handle, went off a balcony and into a lake. So,
But you know what? It
Is
still
that-
looks
okay.
good.
yeah. So
Like it still looks good, so that's impressive. Like you should
it
be
looked
proud.
really, yeah. It fell off and landed in one of the very sweet and kind, like workers who couldn't have been older than 17, dived in and got it for me from the. I mean, it wasn't that deep, but
You didn't jump from your hotel room to get it?
so I was gonna go get it myself, but it was in a restricted area. So there was like a dock underneath that is literally designed to catch things that fall off this balcony. And it landed on that, and then they went to go get it, and in the process dropped it into the lake by accident. So then they like reached in and like grabbed it because it wasn't that deep that they could like still see it. I'm actually impressed that I still got it back, and it was all in one piece. It was only a little bent. The barrel of the was a little bent. I was able to bend it back. So, yeah,
That's all.
yeah. So head over there. I'm trying to get companies to start like brand sponsoring me, so I need more followers. So head over, kicked out of the hobby, no we ain't kicked, please and thank you. And then tag all the companies that I also tag. Be like, yo, look at this. So I can get sponsors. This is my goal for 2024 is to get sponsors.
Nice.
Oh, good news, everybody. My mom just took her own blood pressure. Okay, weird. All right.
Ron?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Good at This Game, and you can find my art on Instagram at Good Art This Game. And I've actually been fairly productive on there recently. So
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of fusion drawings lately.
yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
And it gives people like I have people throw me ideas, and I just kind of go with them.
I appreciate GoLink. I thought that was cool.
Thank you.
That was a cool one. And
Yeah,
of course,
I
you can head
actually-
over there and see Snoopy shoot Bruce Wayne's parents. So,
I actually got to slap somebody over the GoLink picture
there you go.
because my coworker Clay from the Geek
Show.
Ultimate Alliance, he was like, "Oh, is that supposed to be like Goku and Zelda?" And so, like, I had the picture out in front of me, and I literally just whapped it across his face, like the whole fucking book, just right across his face, because we don't take that kind of disrespect here.
He deserved it.
That's rude.
Joey, where can they find you at?
You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Comic Book Rundown. You can find Instagram and Threads at Comic Book Rundown. Fuck Twitter. You guys can email us comicbookrundown@gmail.com. Rate and review us on your podcasting app of choice. If you do, we'll read an upcoming episode. We've got merch over on Redbubble and TeePublic, and our song was done by Cam. Our next movie is going to be Batman Gotham Knights, the animated movie that was supposed to bridge Batman Begins and The Dark Knight.
Oh yes.
So Batman
it's a
Gotham
bunch of
Knights.
like mini stories.
Yes, it's
a bunch
an
of like
anthology.
standalone mini stories. This is when we get Vampire Batman officially.
Yes.
So this
Like-
is not
like
then a
Candy.
Batman porn parody.
No.
No.
Oh, is Knight spelled with a K?
Yes.
Oh, damn. All right, fine.
Okay, there
Anyway.
it is. All right.
I was kind of hoping for the Poison Ivy, Harley, like. Anyways,
I think that's the Harley Quinn XXX, or not
Oh.
Harley Quinn porn parody, whatever. But yeah, anyway, that's it for that. So thank you all for listening. We will catch you guys next time.
bye.
Coming down. It's time to view. Hoopa-doop and Scooby-Doo.